Not every adventure begins with a send-off by the Chief of Police and the Director of Families, Parks, and Recreation, all topped off with cookies presented by chefs from the Hyatt at Orlando International. But this one did.
I'm so proud of each and every one of you. You've worked very, very hard to get to this point.
I want to thank the officers here, and especially the Chief.
The cops and the kids of the Orlando Dueling Dragons racing team, along with their support group, headed for Toronto, Canada to compete in the 19th annual GWN Dragon Boat Challenge.
Remember, the most important thing is working together. And you'll remember this trip for the rest of your lives.
By working as a team, Orlando police and inner city kids not only help raise money for charity, they also learn about one another. The stereotypes come down and the profiles melt away.
Remember this in your hearts, kids, that these officers got your backs. Look at them. They're here to support you, to help you. They want to see you grow up healthy, strong, happy, and that's why they're going to be here for the rest of your lives, all right? So, y'all are a team. Y'all are a team. Get out there and row and make us proud.
Accepting the invitation to compete in the GWN Dragon Boat Challenge meant 3 months of weekly practices for our cops and our teens, often under less than ideal weather conditions.
Abe Lincoln once said, whatever you do in life, do it well. You guys are doing it well.
Chief Paul Rooney kicked off the first practice, while Andrea Eliscu, the program's founder, summoned the power of the dragon to raise the funds necessary to make this adventure come true.
I want to thank this lady. Yes. She had this vision to make this thing happen. She went out there and shook every money tree in town to pay for your tickets, your shirts, your backpacks, the hotel room, everything.
After that great send-off, we found ourselves on our way. The flight afforded some time for paperwork, and soon we found ourselves receiving a warm welcome in Toronto. While Saturday proved to be a soggy day, it did little to dampen the enthusiasm of our team. While the rain fell, our team prepared, chose their weapons, then headed out to do battle with the clock.
First, I'd like to say, welcome to the Sub 230 Club.
Despite the rain and chilly 60-degree weather, the Dueling Dragons beat their goal of 2 minutes and 30 seconds in their 500-meter race and settled in for lunch and a little downtime before the next race. That gave Andrea a chance to say thanks to our sponsors back home.
We're very excited to finally be in Toronto for this first big international festival for the Dueling Dragons of Orlando. But this couldn't have happened without our sponsors at home. Our community really came together for this team. So we have to thank Universal, Disney, the Neurospine Institute, Edith Bush Charitable Foundations, Air Canada, BB&T Bank, the Orlando Magic, and Mears Transportation. And then there is Orlando Health, whose boats we use back at home in Orlando, and Walgreens, who's been there through and through. As we meet other firemen and police Department of Toronto, we are going to be leaving them with our OPD badge and a beautiful coin that we have that comes from City of Orlando and OPD. And everybody will know we were here, our spirit most of all. So even though it's pouring rain, we have our Central Florida sunshine that will be left for everybody. It will clear up.
With repairs to our tent being made, it's time for the second race of the day. So off in the rain go the Dueling Dragons, off to try and beat their earlier time.
Dragons, left two, also in position 2. And just off their left shoulder, they've got CIBC Amateur Aces and a Queen Matata rolling. They're paddling very strong. And they'll go 4-2-5. So they'll finish Aqua Phoenix, followed by Dueling Dragons.
Wet through and through, the Dueling Dragons shaved off 4 seconds in the pouring rain for a gold medal finish in the premier mixed round at 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
I could not ask for 2 better races out of you guys today. It was just amazing. You guys should go back to the hotel and really be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you really should.
That evening, we were the guest of Kathy Ang, local Toronto nurse, paddler, and breast cancer survivor. Miss Ang raised $2,000 from her Dragon Boat team and friends. She provided several meals for us, highlighted by a tour of Chinatown shops and an authentic Chinese dinner at the Sky Dragon restaurant. The cops and kids were mesmerized by the cultural shift from Paramore to Toronto's Chinatown. Sunday finally brought beautiful weather as our sleepy crew exited the bus on their way to compete in the last race of the Community Cup. After a vigorous warm-up, the team was ready to go.
Let's load it up, guys.
We did well, but couldn't place gold or silver against all adult teams of Toronto police and firemen. Still, our Dueling Dragons were rock stars. Their wonderful spirit and gracious behavior was the talk of the village, and their beautiful team shirts were a big hit among their fellow Dragon boaters. A highlight of our adventure was a visit with the Toronto Police Dragon boating team. After presentation of gifts, Andrea invited the Toronto team to start their own program and even offered help and assistance to get rolling.
Our dream, and it might have to be you guys, is that we take what we know works, we've done it 3 years, and replicate it wherever Great White North is having a festival.
Before we knew it, the time came to return home. All of our lives changed in many ways, and the kids experienced teamwork in an entirely new way as they were treated with a new respect as a competitor in the festival. With so many great experiences packed into a life-changing weekend, the team kept their momentum with a full practice on Monday, anxious to do even better at the Walgreens Orlando International Dragon Boat Festival coming up this October. Thank you for allowing us to share our Toronto adventure. Dueling Dragons, our Cops and Kids Paddlers, is one of many teams in the Dragon Boat Club, a program of the Orlando Rowing Club.